This is my DC tachometry project. This project uses an IR sensor and receiver to check the RPM of this DC hobby motor. So right under the motor, you can see we have the IR sensor, which will emit. This is the emitter part, and this is the receiver. And when there's a break in between this, so if my finger was there, it would read 0, and this pin right here, this attaches to pin 2 on the Arduino, which will create an interrupt on the falling edge that counts up the RPM. So when this is on, the RPM will spin, and the motor will spin around, and as it goes through the beam, which is the IR sensor, it breaks it, and it will count up, and then it will display the RPM. So this potentiometer here controls the MOSFET right there that will control the speed of the motor. So as I turn this down, the motor will slow down and it will read a slower RPM, and then eventually if I turn it off, the motor stops and turns off. So for this project, I actually designed a couple of parts to help with reading it. So the first part is this encoder wheel. It has 8 teeth. The inner diameter here is 30 millimeters, so 3 centimeters, and the outer is about 50 millimeters. And so this fits over the shaft of the motor and allows it to count the RPM based off the individual clicks. So now the second part is a mount that goes under the breadboard. So the wires feed in behind it, and you just put it like this and push it in, and then that sits under the breadboard. So if I take the breadboard, I can fit this under, and it will actually hold it in place right where I want it, so that the beam actually interrupts the IR sensor. And this third and final part is just a stand, making it level on both sides, so that you have two parts which are the same height at the bottom, so it keeps it level. The way I'm controlling the RPM and the voltage that goes to the motor is through this potentiometer. It acts as a voltage divider that runs into this this MOSFET chip that will send it into the motor.